Your child goes through your phone and sees pictures of you doing the nasty. And now they don't want to have anything to do with you. What should you do? Well, we're going to talk about it when we get back. I'm CLM II for Style with Power, the channel that helps empower men through style. Well, happy Easter, everyone. We hope everyone had a great resurrection weekend. And, we're going to talk about what happens when your child goes through your phone and sees pictures of you in compromising positions, compromising sexual positions. And then they just are so disgusted, they don't want to have anything to do with you. We're going to talk about that today, along with some other things. And that's going to be in our last segment, which is what should I do in this situation? But before we get into that, we definitely going to start off with our fashion segment, which is called What Should I Wear? When? Well, it's Easter time. Resurrection Sunday was yesterday, and Good Friday was last Friday. And I decided to, put on my Easter outfit. Hopefully, you guys like it. I decided to put on the Saks Fifth Avenue gray pinstripe suit, pink pinstripe suit, which is really, really nice, with the gray and pink tie to match the pink kerchief and a beautiful pink shirt from Charles DeWitt. So hopefully you like this Easter combination. And you know what? Go in the comments and let me know what you think about it. Now, do you remember when we used to always get dressed up for Easter? This country has a tradition of doing the Easter Day Parade, which used to happen on Fifth Avenue when everyone used to dress up. The men would dress up in their finest suits and their top hats, and the ladies would dress up in their beautiful dresses and their beautiful bonnets. And they would just walk up and down Fifth Avenue. And of course, in our culture, we love to dress. So every Sunday, we would get dressed to go to church. But during Easter, it was a special, special day, especially when we were kids, because we always went Easter clothes shopping because we knew we had to go out there and get the best look for Easter. And I remember those days. And you know what? I don't think we should give up on that tradition. Last year, of course, we went through the pandemic. Everyone was locked in. This Easter, many people were out as we have gone out and we're getting the vaccination and we are social distancing. But you know what? We don't want to lose that tradition of getting dressed up on Easter. And last year during the pandemic, myself and the family did a Zoom call and we dressed up on Zoom. And I know a lot of other people did the same thing. This year, we're going to do the same. We did the same yesterday, dressed up, looked well for Easter. And because things are starting to loosen up, many families came together and hopefully you guys all dressed up out there. So let's not forget our traditions. Always remember that Easter is one of those times where we want to always look good. And hey, in the African American and Latino culture, looking good is something that we do really, really well. So happy Easter to everyone out there. Happy Resurrection Sunday. And now it's time for our next segment, which is Hot Topics and Current Events. Well, the hot topic for this week is vaccination. I got my vaccination, my first shot this past Saturday, and I feel I feel really good. I'm happy that I was able to get the first shot. Looking forward to taking the second shot. And I just would say to all of you out there, go out there and get your vaccination. It's the thing to do. We want to make sure that we get past this crazy, crazy disease that has taken so many people. We want to make sure we get past this crazy disease that has taken so many people that look just like us. So we need to go out there and get vaccinated. So I was able to do it. I'm very relieved. No side effects. Everything is good. Yes, it's true that you feel a little soreness in the arm. That's about it. So I'm feeling good. And what they do is that when you go there, they give you a card, which I'll show you. And it just puts the date on there, and it also tells you when your next appointment is for your next shot. And that kind of lets people know that, hey, you're really making this thing happen. They do ask you for your insurance if you do have insurance. But what I would tell everyone out there is to make sure that you check on your insurance, because they should not be charging your insurance. I remember earlier last year, around this time, I went and got the antibody test, and it was supposed to be free. And then I got a bill in the mail. And I was like, what is this? So I had to call up the hospital, let them know this was supposed to be free. Why do I got a bill in the mail? And they corrected it. So we want to make sure that you check your insurance, because they claim they're taking your insurance information just to keep a track of who was vaccinated, who wasn't vaccinated. Okay, that's fine. But they should not be charging you. All of this should be free. So I got some video of me on that day, taking my shot. So you know what? Let's take a look. Hey, CLM II for Style with Power, and I am here in Brooklyn, and I'm about to get my vaccination shot. I'm in my car waiting for my appointment. It is now Saturday, April 4th, Resurrection Weekend, and we're going to pray that everything goes well. So I will let y'all guys know how it works out. Peace. So there you have it. That's me getting vaccinated, and I hope everyone goes out there and they make this thing happen so that we can get back to some form of normalcy, right? And now it's all on video, so if something does happen, we'll know for sure that it's right there on video. We know where I got it done and who did it, all right? So if I disappear, you all know who to get. Well, it's time for the segment that you've been waiting for. And it's called, What Should I Do in This Situation? Well, listen, I heard a great story, and I want to know what you guys think about this. So we have a 15-year-old daughter who happens to go through her father's phone. Now, her father is not with her mother any longer. I believe the mother passed away or something like this. So the father is now dating another lady. And, the daughter is living with them, and the daughter has had a great relationship with this lady who is now her stepmother. So everything is fine. Loving household, things are going well, but the father and the stepmother, they they're adults, so they have their times where they have a little fun, and and every now and then they get a little freaky diggy, and they take pictures of themselves getting a little freaky diggy. So the daughter just happens one day to see the father's phone, picks up the phone and starts going through the phone. Now, we know it's always dangerous to go through other people's personal stuff. When I was young, I remember, going through closets and drawers and stuff like that when I was a kid, because you're in a new place and a new home, and you don't know what's what. So you kind of go through people's drawers and stuff like that. And I remember doing that. I lived with my grandmother and my grandfather for a few years. And, you're at home, you're a young kid. I was 8, 9, 10. Young kid, you're bored in the house. You're just kind of going through stuff. You're going through closets and all that type of stuff, and you're finding things. And every now and then, you may find something that you should not see. And evidently, this young lady went through her father's phone and found pictures that she should not have seen. And she was disgusted. So now, the 15-year-old is so disgusted that she doesn't want to have anything to do with her dad and her stepmom. And she's kind of distancing herself from them. Now, I don't know if she lived with them, maybe I got the story incorrect. Maybe her mother is still alive. So maybe the father and the mother just are not together, and the father has remarried or something like that. But she's so disgusted that she now is distancing herself from her dad and her stepmom. And the stepmom is so embarrassed. What can she do? And what do you think? I mean, should she be so upset that her stepdaughter found these pictures, and should she be telling her stepdaughter, listen, you shouldn't have been going through that. That's none of your business. So you poked your nose somewhere that you shouldn't have poked your nose, and and you've seen what you've seen, and it is what it is. Or should she feel this guilt, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have took those pictures. The pictures were not for anyone to see but me and him, and maybe I shouldn't have done it in the first place, because as we know, sometimes we have these pictures, and sometimes they a little raunchy and they will get out, right? You send pictures to people through your phone, and sometimes they get out and they hit the internet. And of course, when it hits the internet, it's there forever. How do you rebuild this relationship? She's a daddy's girl. She loves her daddy. But now she's so disgusted, she doesn't even want to have anything to do with him. What do you do in this situation? This one, I really have no advice. I couldn't tell you what this person should do to try to get the trust back of the daughter. I'm assuming that it's going to take time. They'll have to sit down with the daughter, explain to the daughter that these were private pictures between two consenting adults, and that it's nothing wrong with expressing yourself, and no one was supposed to see these pictures. And hopefully over time, the young lady will understand, which we all know that as we become adults, things that we see as children, we understand them a lot better as adults, and we start to change our mind. I think that's the only thing that can be done now, is just let the time go past, continue to love her, continue to support her, continue to show her that those pictures have nothing to do with how you feel about her, and eventually she will come around. So that's my advice. What's your advice? Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. You may have a better advice than I have. Some of you may say, I know I'm going to do a poll. I always do a poll on Facebook. What should the parents do? Some will say, forget about her. It's none of her business, and she just got caught in something that she shouldn't have been involved in. And some will say, no, you have to have sympathy, and you got to keep loving her. So we'll see what you think. Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments, or of course, take the poll on Facebook, and let's see what happens. Well, that's it for this week. And don't forget, this show is brought to you by the like button and the subscribe button. So if you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. hit that like button. You'll definitely help us out. And if you're on Facebook, just hit that like button and let's kind of get together as I start to build up my community of Style with Power people. Right? Great. And I will see you next time. Happy Easter.